those doors as we speak. Of course guys, I can't show you any gameplay or even link you to it because Rockstar is purging everyone for it, so you'll have to find it yourself. But oh my god, this looks great, and there's so much to talk about because legit insiders are speaking out as well. Right now, Insider Gaming says GTA 6 preview events are taking place right now, meaning people outside Rockstar are apparently getting access to the game in some capacity as we speak. We don't know who is attending, how extensive these sessions are, or whether what they're seeing is what we'll eventually hear about closer to launch, but that's a massive development by itself. And then right in the middle of those reported preview events, multiple pieces of GTA 6 gameplay suddenly appear online. An alleged map starts circulating, insiders and journalists begin looking into what happened, and Take-Two reportedly starts hitting the footage with copyright takedowns. So naturally there's now a question over whether any of this material somehow originated from those preview sessions. Insider Gaming specifically says they cannot confirm that, and they actually question it because of the quality of some of the footage, so I wouldn't connect those two things as fact. But the timing is crazy. GTA 6 is apparently being shown behind closed doors right now. Something big is clearly happening around the game behind the scenes, and 9 days before the August 27th Netflix presentation, we're suddenly looking at gameplay Rockstar absolutely did not intend for us to see. And unlike the endless fake GTA 6 leaks we've had over the years, this one is becoming increasingly difficult to simply dismiss. Multiple development clips have appeared, alleged portions of the map have surfaced, people are dissecting the footage frame by frame, and reports say Take-Two is actively removing copies through DMCA claims. That doesn't automatically authenticate every image, every claim, or everything being posted under the name of this leak, because people will inevitably attach fake material to a real leak once it starts spreading, but the situation itself is clearly serious enough that major outlets are now reporting on it. I'm obviously not going to show the leaked gameplay here, especially while Take-Two is apparently taking it down, and some versions are also being circulated alongside suspicious cryptocurrency links and websites that you absolutely should not be touching. But we can talk about what's apparently visible, because this isn't just another 5-second animation showing Jason walking around. We're potentially getting our first real glimpse at how several major GTA 6 mechanics actually work. One of the first clips showed Jason outside the waterfront property we've already seen in Rockstar's official material, and he's actually playing basketball. There's apparently a proper shooting mechanic where you aim, hold the shot until 2 rings overlap and release, and successfully making the basket increases something called your focus stat. That immediately suggests these smaller activities around Leonida could actually feed into character progression rather than simply existing as distractions. But another piece of footage reveals considerably more. Jason is apparently driving through the keys when he collides with a delivery vehicle, and instead of the other driver doing what GTA NPCs have traditionally done, this apparently develops into a contextual confrontation. The delivery worker gets out carrying a wrench, approaches Jason, threatens him, and the encounter develops into a melee fight. Jason throws much heavier looking attacks than what we had in GTA 5, including what appears to be a jumping kick, and it's another example of something insiders have been talking about recently. GTA 6 supposedly isn't revolutionary because Rockstar suddenly changed it into a completely different genre. It's supposed to feel different because the world around the player is far more reactive. There are several things happening during that fight that could tell us considerably more about the game. After Jason attacks the NPC, viewers noticed what appears to be a negative devil-like icon appearing on the right side of the interface. We don't know what that represents, and calling it an honor system right now would be jumping way too far ahead, but the game does appear to be registering something about Jason's actions. It could be reputation, morality, criminal behavior, or something completely different. Then the police become involved, and the footage apparently shows 6 possible wanted stars, potentially confirming the return of the 6-star wanted level after GTA 5 reduced it to 5. But underneath that wanted level are apparently 3 additional red indicators relating to Jason's clothing, his location, and his vehicle, and that could be far more important than getting another wanted star. If those indicators mean what they appear to mean, Rockstar may be building a police system where authorities actually retain information about the suspect rather than simply knowing your position until an invisible timer expires. Police could potentially know what Jason was wearing, where he was last seen, and what vehicle he escaped in, meaning changing clothes, switching vehicles, or getting away from the search area could actually matter. We don't know the exact exact mechanics yet, but this would fit extremely well with previous information suggesting police recognition and witness behavior are considerably more sophisticated this time around. It would also fit what that recent insider was saying about GTA 6's biggest advancement being everything happening around you. His description wasn't that Rockstar reinvented third-person shooting, it was that the world itself reacts in ways that create gameplay situations you didn't necessarily initiate through a mission or scripted objective. Seeing an NPC apparently confront Jason because Jason hit his vehicle is exactly the kind of small interaction that could make that claim much more believable. Then Jason gets back to his vehicle and we apparently see another major change. The car has options for both a loadout and storage, with storage showing a limited capacity. This fits perfectly with GTA 6, potentially moving away from GTA 5's ridiculous ability to carry an entire arsenal on your character. Rockstar already experimented with a more grounded approach in Red Dead Redemption 2, where your horse was effectively part of your inventory and you selected which weapons you wanted to carry, and GTA 6 could be adapting that philosophy around cars. Your vehicle could become an important part of preparing for robberies, carrying weapons and storing equipment rather than simply being disposable transportation. The leaked footage also apparently shows fuel and oil indicators when Jason enters the car, which is one of the most interesting confirmations we've had for something people have debated for years. That doesn't mean you're going to be stopping at a gas station every 10 minutes, and Rockstar could have changed or removed these mechanics since this build, but some form of fuel and potentially vehicle maintenance was apparently being developed. There's also a visible stamina system alongside health. The minimap appears rectangular and relatively familiar to GTA 5, and the leaked footage gives us glimpses of vehicle damage, collision behavior, and other smaller interface elements that Rockstar hasn't officially explained. And that's where the age of this material becomes incredibly important, because information being circulated from people examining the files suggests at least some of this footage may date back to around 2023. If that's accurate, we're looking at GTA 6 roughly 3 years before release. That would also explain why certain animations, driving physics, and interface elements look unfinished compared with Rockstar's recent trailers. So I really wouldn't use this footage to judge the final game's graphical quality or polish. What matters is what Rockstar was already attempting mechanically years before the game was finished. But there is another possibility sitting in the background now because of those reported preview events. Insider Gaming says GTA 6 preview sessions are underway and we simply don't know exactly what has been shown there. The leaked footage could be completely unrelated and genuinely be old material that somebody has been sitting on, which may actually be the more plausible explanation if the metadata pointing toward 2023 is legitimate, but having Rockstar apparently showing GTA 6 privately to people at the same moment this leak happens tells us something else regardless. The machinery around this game's launch is moving now. We're no longer in that period where Rockstar disappears for a year and everyone spends months analyzing a screenshot. We're 3 months from release, the press and other people are apparently beginning to get access behind closed doors. The extended look is coming August 27th, and Take-Two has already described that reveal as essentially the beginning of much more to come. There are clearly major things happening around GTA 6 that the public hasn't seen yet, and then there are the alleged map images coming from this leak. Locations being discussed include Dalton Island, Tequesta Retreat, Gloriana Key, Catalan Bay, and apparently Goose Key in another piece of footage. I'm not going to show an entire leaked map because that's one of those things that can genuinely ruin exploration for somebody who has waited years to discover Leonida naturally. But the mapping community is obviously going crazy, comparing it against the enormous reconstruction they've spent years creating from Rockstar's official trailers and screenshots. Some of what people are seeing apparently lines up surprisingly well with previous community predictions, while other portions could substantially change what we thought we knew about the world. And once again, if these materials actually date from 2023, the final geography could have changed considerably during development. Then this story gets considerably stranger because the people claiming responsibility aren't presenting themselves as regular GTA leakers. They're calling themselves CyberLeak, and they've published what they call the CyberLeak Edict. basically presenting this as an ideological campaign against practices they believe have become anti-consumer in the gaming industry. According to their own statement, they've been preparing for something like this and are trying to use attacks against major publishers to force changes. Those are their claims, and we have no reason to automatically believe everything they're saying about their capabilities or how they supposedly obtained this material. But the statement does give us an alleged motive behind what we're seeing. Their first demand goes after digital pre-orders. Their argument is that pre-orders originally existed because physical games had limited manufacturing and inventory, whereas a digital copy cannot sell out. So they believe publishers shouldn't be taking money for digital games before release and independent reviews. Interestingly, they're not calling for physical pre-orders to disappear. They specifically distinguish those because an actual physical product can have limited stock. Their second demand targets what they call fake single-player DLC, meaning content already present within the files someone purchased but locked behind another payment. They're talking specifically about situations where the DLC download is effectively just an unlock key or tiny file activating content already contained within the original installation. Their third demand is about preservation, and this is probably where their argument will get considerably more attention from regular players. CyberLeak says games containing single-player content should have an offline fallback, and that when official server support ends, publishers should release a final patch allowing that content to continue functioning locally. They specifically point toward The Crew, where Ubisoft shut down the servers and the original game became inaccessible despite having content that could be played alone. Their statement then becomes much more aggressive, claiming they'll continue targeting publishers they believe violate these rules until those companies publicly acknowledge what happened and commit to changes. They even claim they're raising money for infrastructure and protection to continue doing this, and finish with what is essentially a warning to the wider industry that if they can reach Rockstar, other major publishers shouldn't assume they're safe. Anyway guys, for more GTA 6 news and gameplay details very soon, like the video and subscribe to stay tuned.